Small chance that right now you are new to investing, kind of like I am. I've just started investing in the real world, I guess you can say. I've been putting some money in something known as a Roth IRA. I've been putting money away in my employer's retirement account, all for the future, but I don't know a whole lot more about it. So I've decided to explore a number of different platforms and see where my money does best. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is the Millennial Investor, or that's what you're going to call me at least. And I'm going to be investing in a number of different platforms, and we're going to be reflecting on how things are going. So, one of the first platforms I decided to try was something called peer to peer lending. And I took some money and I put in Lending Club, and I took some money and I put it in Prosper. So, these are two peer to peer lending account type things. And the best way to describe them is you take $25 and you invest them in someone's loan. You can invest more, but 25 is usually safe, according to the website, because you want to diversify. Now, hopefully, the people who, take your money, pay you back with interest over the course of 3 to 5 years, and then you have money. Of course, there's always the chance that they won't pay you back and they'll default, and then you will be out $25. But hey, it's only $25, and I'm still pretty young, so let's try this out. So I'm going to show you my Lending Club account. Let's go ahead and close this. Here it is. It is a pretty simple account right now. I just started it a month ago, so not a whole lot has happened. What I do want to say is that I have currently invested $1,550 on this platform, and I have received 3 payments, so 3 are current, and the other ones, as you can see, have been issued or are currently current, aka like there's a payment that's about to happen. So if you think about it, 3 payments, 30 cents in a month, that's not bad. Not crazy, but not bad. And I'm kind of curious to see if any of these 62 investments defaults, because this is a new account. They usually recommend $2,500 investment to start, but obviously I kind of wanted to, test the water first, so I didn't put a full 2,500. Suffice to say, what I've been seeing from my notes looks pretty positive, so I have actually initiated another transfer of $450, which will definitely be in my next video, so you want to see or check that out to see the progress on this portfolio. Also, my net annualized return seems really low right now, but if you look at my account details, you're going to see that I actually have a weighted average of about 14%, most in D and C loans, and then I have some in B, some in A, F, G. The one in G is kind of just, or the one in F, to test the waters. I used what I felt like was good criteria when making these loans, and if you want to know those criteria, just send me a request and I'll talk about it in my next video. But I chose, every loan I chose, I felt was a really good loan that would definitely get paid back. AKA, these were people who had a low debt to income ratio, had no bankruptcies, things like that, and made a decent amount of money. So hopefully we will be seeing a lot of current investments, and this will be growing. It says I have about $11 worth of interest right now. And if you compare that to, let's say, a savings account for $1,500, over after 1 or 2 months, I've probably beat out every savings account out there. And maybe compared to a CD, maybe 3 months or so, and I would have beaten out every CD out there. So if this turns out to be good, Lending Club can be a good investment. So things are looking pretty good here, 1550, and definitely subscribe if you want to see what's going to happen next month, because I'm going to be posting a video about this account every month. Okay, next is my Prosper account, and this one is actually a lot lower than the original 1550 that I put in the other one, and that's because this is kind of like an excess money account, or that's the best way to describe it. Pretty much I set aside a budget for activities every month. For example, if I go see a movie or if I go somewhere fancy to eat, you know, those will kind of eat away at my spending money, which is totally fine. It's spending money. I should spend it. But If I happen to have any excess money over the course of that month, I take that money and I invest it into my Prosper account so that it can gain interest. Beforehand, I was just kind of letting it sit there, and money that sits doesn't make interest. So far, this account started at, I believe it was 424.41. I've received one payment, and that has given me a 4 cent interest, which in all honesty isn't that much. If I show you my notes over here, I have 16 notes on this platform, and for the most part, they're all doing pretty well. This is the one that I received a payment on. And I also decided on this account to experiment with some 5-year loans to see if there is any difference between a 3-year and a 5-year loan. So definitely I'll be updating you on that. And I also put some money in a high risk loan. And so far it looks like they're actually going to make their first payment, which is awesome. But I also made sure that they had a low amount of money. So, if you're high risk, make sure that, they're not asking for $30,000 or so. So far, Prosper account and Lending Club account are looking pretty good. If I had to recommend one right now, I think they both have their pros. Lending Club's pro is that their interface is a lot nicer than the Prosper interface. I can see all of my loans and I can kind of shuffle through them. It's a very, very organized system. And to show you that, like here it is, you can see all my notes. I can organize it by different things, like how much interest they've received, which ones are in review, which ones have been issued, the amount. This is a very clean interface. And I've also created a number of portfolios all the way from A to F just to see how these portfolios kind of interact, or like how much money I actually did make on a D portfolio versus a B portfolio, things like that. So a very organized, very clean interface. Now Prosper, on the other hand, doesn't have that ability to organize, so you're pretty much left with a very basic looking interface. You can see your notes, but the opportunities to distinguish between them, or you know organize them between how much interest they've earned, you can't see that. You honestly cannot see the interest until they pay the interest. So I guess you can do a calculation if you want. You can open up calculator, do the math, but it's not as, viewable or as accessible as Lending Club. That being said, in terms of which loans uh, get paid and started faster, Prosper definitely starts things faster. So if I invest in a loan in Lending Club and a loan in Prosper, it usually takes, I want to say, almost half the time on average for a Prosper loan to get approved and go through versus a Lending Club loan. Lending Club loans, once you do that initial investment, you're usually waiting at least 5 days before it is actually issued and then making interest. So you pretty much have money sitting for 5 days. Whereas Prosper, I've invested in a loan, and maybe 1 or 2 days later, boom, the the uh, the borrower has their money, and then you're making interest. But a lot remains to be seen. So obviously, these accounts are very new, and I want to kind of continue to invest, and I'll talk more about that next time, as well as see their progress and see their growth. So if you have any questions for me, definitely leave a comment. If you'd like to see how these accounts do in the future, definitely subscribe, and I will see you in March, or actually I'll see you at the start of April for my next video. Okay guys, I'll see you later. Peace.